Look at that, in the kitchen, ready to go.
Yeah, I'm in my man cave right now.
Brenda, we need a kitchen in this area. We got to put a kitchen in this room too. Dr. Ian Smith has one in his man cave, so we got to put one in here now.
Yeah, but I'm 30 years older than you, my man.
No. Don't let the beard tint fool you, man.
Oh, okay.
Don't let the beard tint fool you.
The Crisco Kid Block Party.
You know, every week I try to give you, we have the entertainers, we have the artists, we have the celebrities, the comedians, but it's also important to take care of the body because our health is really the true wealth. And that's why I appreciate when doctors such as Ian Smith stop by the show, because we appreciate their expertise, and especially when it comes to our health and how to help us all be healthier. He's got a new book out now called Fast Burn, The Power of Negative Energy Balance. Dr. Ian Smith, welcome to the show.
Thanks, man. Thanks. I love your work. Thanks for having me to talk about this. It's awesome.
Thank you. Again, like I said, health is wealth, man. And it's so important for us to really come out of COVID-19 and into the year 2021, get back on track. And I believe it's important to have different people with different strategies because not everybody's body's the same. You know that. And so you being so effective to where you've written 20 books, number 20. Yeah. The Fat Burn. Yeah. Let's talk about this, please, because you said you saved the best for all this information in the 20th book. Let's talk about it.
Yeah. Well, listen, you're right. People have the quarantine 15 and the COVID 15, whatever you want to call it. And understandable. It's been a tough year. Our world's been upside down all over the world, so it's been tough. Now that we are at least through most of the pandemic, hopefully, people are starting to get out. The weather's turning for most people. People want to look good and feel good. So Fast Burn is a program that really is a program for everybody. The food is affordable. It's accessible. You don't have to go to 4 different grocery stores, gourmet grocery stores to buy the food and the recipes. I just can't emphasize enough. I wrote this book from the standpoint of a user. So I wanted things that a user wants. So the food is real. There's steak, there's pasta, there's chicken, there's tacos, meatless tacos, beef burrito bowls, my favorite. There's also pasta and there's vegetables and there's salads, but there's also a little bit of alcohol. Yes, you can drink alcohol. There's bread, things that you typically can't have on a plan. In Fast Burn, I give it to you in a tasty way, a healthy way, and an effective way.
Right. I'm glad you said that because going through the book and initially when I'm thinking, okay, the power of negative energy balance. I actually thought that it was going to be part diet, part intermittent fasting, and how to remove negative people or negative food from your life. That's what going into it, I was thinking, right? Because when people see negative energy, you're thinking, I don't want that negative energy around me. This book actually talks about the science of burning fats with, I guess, the fat you already have in your body through intermittent fasting versus other types of methods. Can you just expand on the power of negative energy balance and what that is?
Yes. The reason why the title is Fast Burn is because this tips your body into a state that you're going to burn the fat faster. Now, this is what happens. When you eat more calories than you burn, food is calories. That's energy. When you eat more than you burn, you're in a positive energy state. What happens then? You gain weight. How do you gain weight? All of that extra energy that you don't burn off gets stored as fat, because fat is a storage form of energy. The body's got to do something with it. Now, what I do with Fast Burn is I flip your body. I put you into a negative energy state, which means you're going to be eating your food, 3 meals, 3 snacks like you normally eat. However, when you eat it and how you eat it says that there's not enough energy from the food to meet the demands of your body. So you're now in a negative energy balance. And in order to get the energy, your body has to go into your fat, break down your fat, convert it to fuel, and then your body uses the fat fuel for energy rather than food fuel, because there's no food on board right now. And that's why you burn it fast. And that's why people just aren't losing, 15 to 70 pounds on average in 9 weeks, but they're losing inches around their midsection because we're burning that fat.
I look at it as kind of like with math, right? And if you can burn more calories than you intake, that also helps as well, right? But with the intermittent fasting, you're basically saying, go within. How we always say, I have to look internally. I have to reflect in. It's basically what you're doing with your fat intake or just your food intake as well, correct?
Yes. So intermittent fasting, there are different types, by the way, but I use 2 types in the book. I use something called TRF, time restricted feeding. What that means is very simply this. You take your 24-hour day and you break it up into an eating window where you eat all your meals and snacks, and a fasting window where you're not going to have any food, but you can have liquids up to 50 calories total. Now, this is what happens. So you're eating all your food during your eating window. Your body's going to use the food, convert it to energy. You're good. Then when you go into your fasting window, your body no longer has that food energy available. And that's when your body is going to go into your fat stores and break down the fat and burn it off. Now, remember something. The longer your fasting phase, the more you're going to drive your body into your fat for a longer period of time to burn more fat. So people say, well, what are the hours? I tell people in the book to start off with a 12-12 fast. 12 hours of eating, 12 hours of fasting. Let me give you an example. Let's say you start eating at 8 a.m. Then that means you would stop eating at 8 p.m. That's 12 hours. Then from 8 p.m. through your bedtime and sleeping up to 8 a.m. you're fasting, only liquids. Now, you then want to progress after about a week or two to 14-10. That means 14 hours fasting, 10 hours eating. Then 16-8. 16 hours of fasting, 8 hours of feeding. When you can work your way up to that, you burn more fat and lose weight more quickly.
I really do love the way the book reads. You give us the guidelines. You give us, you break it down to where I'm a believer of eliminating as many excuses as possible, professionally and personally, right? You have literally taken the excuses any of us could use on why we can't get started. So I'm saying the first couple of chapters, then it goes fast. So you read on what you need to be prepared. But then you break it down even on week 1 where it says like day 1. And for the folks that are watching the video, you can see where he gives you meal number 1, snack 1, meal 2. Then it even talks about the gym options. And it's just saying, hey, do 15 minutes of this or 225 something. You actually, towards the back of the book, instruct people on how to do everything from plank jacks to the frog jumps to you're not just telling us what to do. You're literally spoon feeding us, like telling everyone you're eliminating the excuses. So that way there is none when they put the fast burn technique in play.
Well, that's why I said for my 20th book, I want to be big and bold. I want to give people a one-stop shopping. Yes. You got your food, you got your recipes, your daily meal plan, and the exercises you can do right at home. And let me also say this. We got a group on Facebook. It's called Fast Burn Challenge. You guys should join us. It's amazing. If you're not on Facebook, my Instagram is at Dr. Ian Smith. Spell the doctor out, I-A-N Smith. And let me tell you something. We're doing this together, and we have 9,000 people in our Facebook group right now. And when people do it together, not only are they more accountable with the support, but they lose more weight because they're encouraged and inspired because other people are doing it with them. So, no excuses. The book is written from your vantage point. It's easy, straightforward, and it's inexpensive. And I'm just hoping people will take advantage of it.
I'm taking advantage of it. Literally, we got through a lot of it today, and I was like, you know what? I don't need to read everything because the different chapters is broken down into, I said, Brenda, that's my girl. I said, Brenda, what we're going to do is we're going to start Monday. So I'm going to enjoy the rest of this weekend. That's what we're going to do. And then on Monday, we're going to start, we're going to go grocery shopping Sunday night. We're going to find everything that we need because, again, you have the recipes. We know exactly what we're going to the store for. There's no aisle 5 or let's go to aisle 10 or what about the No, we know exactly where to go thanks to your book. And we cannot wait to start on Monday. You see my shirt says Taco Tuesday Legend. This is very true. Across the Southwest, there have been many tacos named after me at different restaurants. And tacos is one just very key part of this brown community. And do you find it more difficult or more easy for certain groups to intermittent fast or to stay on a strict diet? Because some of our cultural dishes, depending on what the culture is, taste better than others. And so it is very difficult to stay on point sometimes.
Well, I think that when people see the word fast, they think that means starvation. It doesn't. you're going to eat all kinds of food on fast burn. You're going to have a lot of fun with it. But I'm going to tell you, page 270 is my mighty meatless taco, which is delicious. And on page 268 is my beef burrito bowl, which I love beef burrito bowls. So when I tell you that this is something for everybody and you're going to be like, this is delicious, and you're not even going to realize it's healthy. It tastes so good that you just think it's regular, like, you know, it's regular ingredients and people love it. But yeah, you know, people see starve. It's not, when you see fast, you think starvation. No, you are not going to be hungry. You're going to have tons of food and you're going to enjoy it and lose weight at the same time.
So tonight, let's just say it's Taco Tuesday. Would you recommend a pork or a chicken? Does that matter necessarily? Or is carne asada the move? We're trying to stay on the fast burn plan here.
I hear you. So I would go with carne asada and chicken first.
Okay.
Pork tends to be a fattier meat, so I would go with that last. But on page 273, look at my tender baked pork chops. You can actually have pork chops on fast burn. On my Instagram page, you should see the video of my pork chops. They are phenomenal. So you could do either three, but I always try to choose the leaner. Chicken, then the beef, then the pork.
I've read that maybe with intermittent fasting, you don't have to necessarily depend on exercise, but in the book, we talk about getting at least 30 minutes a day. I believe, is it 5 days a week?
Yeah, 4 to 5 days a week. You know, I've had people do the program and lose significant weight without exercising. But remember something, Crisco, if you want to maximize your weight loss, it's a 1-2 punch. It's that 1-2 combo. You got to have good nutrition. You got to have good movement. Do you have to go to the gym for an hour and a half and you know, knock yourself out? No, you can if you want to. But if you did 30 minutes of moderate intensity exercise, and you could break it up, by the way, you could do 15 in the morning, 15 at night or late afternoon. That is going to help you maximize your results on fasting.
Yeah, so we're already in the springtime. So if you're trying to get that summer body, it's not too late because it just takes 9 weeks and it can drop anywhere between, what you take, 13 to 17 pounds, depending on your body, right?
15 to 17 on average, depending on how much you have to lose. We all lose weight differently, but that was the average over 2,000 people.
Right. And so when you think about a pound to 2 pounds a week, that's pretty much in the healthy range right there as well.
Absolutely. In fact, people always ask me, Crisco, what is good weight loss? Good weight loss is a pound to a pound and a half on average per week. So if in a month you lost anywhere from 4 to 6 pounds, nutritionists around the world consider that to be good weight loss.
I want to end with this because we talked about eliminating excuses and how to keep moving forward, right? Just you've eliminated every excuse for us to kind of fail. Now, for people that have tried intermittent fasting in the past, and then maybe they tried it again and they weren't so successful the second time around, what causes that?
Because when people do a diet strategy or diet program, you have to understand your body naturally does not want to lose weight. That because it's expensive to your body. It requires energy to lose weight. So your body's fighting back. And what happens is when you go through a plan, your body actually figures out how to beat you, how to stop you from losing weight, right? So it fights back. That's your body fighting back. So you have to trick your own body. And that's why I say to people, change up what you're doing. If you're doing IF like a 14-10, do a 16-8, 16 fasting, 8 feeding. Change it up, change your food up. And that's why in fast burn, I make all the weeks are different, by the way. Sometimes you're going to do one type of intermittent fasting, another week a different type, because that way your body is always off kilter. So it's not like you were doing something wrong. You just need to do a different right.
The book, again, is called Fast Burn, The Power of Negative Energy Balance. If they want more information, maybe you got some extra bonus stuff for them. I don't know if you want them to go to your website or your Instagram, your Twitter. What would you prefer? Give it to them.
Yeah, go to my Instagram at Dr. Ian Smith. Spell the doctor out, I-A-N Smith. And if you want to join my challenge, it's free. Go to Facebook, search for Fast Burn Challenge. And Crisco, if you do it, bring me on in a few weeks and we'll do a little update.
I would love to. I will see you. Give me 10 weeks. Just because, you know, we say we're going to start that week and then things happen. Right. But give me 10 weeks and I would be honored if you come back on the show.
My man. Thank you, man.